Why do some people say they're not lucky in relationships? Have you ever heard this? It's because they consciously or subconsciously believe they suck at relationships. And this breeds unhappiness in their life. When you tell yourself this negative thought, it becomes a form with emotion attached to it. It becomes part of your subconscious programming, and your subconscious never sleeps, and so it's always running the program that you suck at relationships. I'm not saying that you do. It's just an example. So with that program running in the background, you begin to do things consciously or subconsciously that sabotage your relationships. We often blame the other person for your own negative self-perception. You must keep in mind, other people don't apply the same meaning to yourself as you do. They are creating an image of you based on the sensory information they're getting from you. This all sounds really complicated, but really it's not. In the relationship example, you simply need to retrain your subconscious mind. Creating mantras is one way to do that. You've got to get some positive self-talk into you. Look in the mirror and say, I'm good at relationships. Tell yourself that you're a kind and supportive person who knows how to express yourself positively. Create your own mantra. Whatever works for you, tell yourself this. Tell yourself this every day, and every chance you get to tell yourself this. Looking in the mirror before you go to bed, definitely say it to yourself. And this all may sound a little wacky, and maybe you don't like talking to yourself in the mirror because you feel weird, and maybe it is a little weird, but how much weird would you allow yourself to do to have the life of your dreams and to reprogram those things in your mind that are creating suffering in your life? I do some pretty weird stuff for that. And talking in the mirror is not that weird. You do it anyway. As soon as you look at yourself in the mirror, it's the first thing you think. That's what you do. When you do this, you'll begin to recognize things that are sabotaging your life, whether it's your relationships, you fill in the blank. What's happening is your subconscious mind is bringing that command prompt for that program right up to your conscious mind. Now you have free will. Continue to sabotage or change the program. Do something different. This is where people get stuck sometimes. This is the real work of evolving yourself and creating a better life, the life that you want to live. We often don't like to see ourselves, really. We often don't like what we see, and it can be hard to look at. Some people will create entire narratives to explain away the program that they're running. Evolving can seem like work none of us wants to do. Here's what I've actually found out. The idea that evolving and changing the program is hard is a lie. You thinking that you may not be up to the work of changing your program, this comes from your history of trying to make changes in your life, coming up against that program, and then when you're confronted with a change experience, you just let the program run. And what you do then is you interpret that. You now create another thought form around that says you're a failure. Noticing the program is the real work, and you noticed it. When you notice something about yourself, you can change it. Just because you didn't doesn't mean you can't. And when you apply a thought form of failure around your life, then you get stuck, because nobody likes to fail, and no one likes to feel like a failure. And so you just let the programs run, because that seems hard to do. Take away the meaning of hate towards yourself, and just realize you'll get another chance to change the program when it comes up again. And then do it. And if you don't, then you don't. But don't hate yourself because of it. Don't apply negative emotions and thoughts to the work of evolving yourself, of changing that program. Because you'll get it changed. Noticing it is the big deal. Commit to the mantra that you create for yourself. Believe it. Believe it with all your heart and know that it's done. You've spent a very long time with your mind being programmed since you were young. It's going to take some time to reprogram it. Don't give up after the first try. Create your mantras and tell them to yourself as often as you possibly can. Create them, say them, believe them. Thanks for watching. And if you found a vibe with the message, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can also hit the bell if you want a little reminder when new content is posted. Think and be well today, my friend, and peace.